Welcome back to another video on the Fiesta. So I'm going to give you an update on the things that I've been doing. I haven't filmed everything, but as you know, we've been having a bit of a heat wave in the UK, so I've only done bits and bobs on and off. But I've done the front, I've done the blends, done the bumper. I haven't done the bonnet, but I'm on the sill at the moment, but I'm going to show you the bonnet now. I'm just working on the bit of the wheel. Decided to do the sill instead. Sorry if it's a tad windy. You can't really see it, can you? Because I've got it jacked up at the moment. We've done the door blend, put the new wing on, done the blend into the bumper there. I was blending down in, I didn't get my blend very well, so you could see the paint difference, but I had to redo it, so I blended it up here. Excuse the bits, it rained the other night and it's gone a bit dusty. But yeah, so did all that, blended that bit there, blended that bit there. We had to do these little bits that stick out. So there's a bit of like a kind of a dent on there, but we're not going to worry about that. So I had to do a blend on here, which was round here and round there. There's a bit of a crack there, which is a bit annoying, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. And that was it, just a bit of blend round there. You can see the overspray in it. But you know, I've got to do that anyway, so I don't care. So let me show you. I'm just papering up at the moment. Well, getting all the bits that I need to paper up. So got a sheet on the inside because that makes life easier. Just took the rubber out on the inside and put the sheet down the middle. Find that much more easier. Covered up the tag and the door. So as you can see, we've got to do this. And then we'll do a blend about here. So it's going to come up to there, come up to there. It's got to give it a clean. There's a few marks, but that's the rubber there, so we're not going to worry too much about that bit. There's a bit of a scratch there, but I haven't filled it in or anything. And then we're going to do a blend over there somewhere. Just go in a bit there, because it goes down to here. And that's all we're going to do. So I'm just going to fluff a bit of paint on it in a minute. I'm going to take my blend to over there. In fact, I think I need to cover that tire up more, so we just know we're going to get paint spray on that. But yeah, I'll set you up and you can view me spraying this a bit. So right, we're on it. So I'm using my spot repair gun. Got my paint in there. I need to get a pressure regulator up here, but I brought one and it broke. But yeah, so I've got 2 bar on the I've got 2 bar on the compressor, and there's no regulator up here, so I have to kind of just get the gist that I'm getting 2 bar out here. But you know, I always know there's a bit of loss. So my gun is just set up so everything's open, so the flow's open, the pattern's open, and the air's open. So I prefer it that way, especially with this gun, as it's just a cheapy one. So I'm just going to give it a bit of a puff over at the moment and see how we get on. Hopefully we get no reactions, but you never know. And then I'm going to try and, yeah, excuse me, I've got to wear my mask. I'm going to try and blend up the top here, possibly. Hopefully get no paint on that, but nothing a bit thinner, wouldn't it? And then a bit of a blend up here. The main part is the sill, so I've got to do the top bit, but yeah, we'll give it a whirl. I've just tested the paint on a test card, just to make sure it comes out all right and there's no spitting or splodges, so it should be okay. Let's just go for it. No time like the present. So I'm just gonna fluff it on as you do. I'm no professional, so please don't think I am. I just go with what I've got. I need to do the sounds like there's a bit of a block in that. It's coming out all right. Oh, that's what I hate about this gun. It feels too long. So it feels like you're hitting the floor all the time. Oh, I can't bend. I should have took the door off, but I haven't. I appreciate it would have been better. Not sure why we've got that noise, but it don't sound right. I'm just going to put a bit along here. Right, we got a bit of coverage on it. I need to get underneath. I think, I'm sure my gun's got a bit of a block. Oh bollocks. This is where you need a ramp. Okay, I'll come back to you when I got onto the lacquer, because you know, no point me showing you the same bit over and over again. Right, so I've sprayed it all, and I'm putting some lacquer on it. I am using can lacquer for this because I'm finding it difficult to get in here with a gun, and as long as you spray it well, this lacquer, it does pretty much a good job anyway, and the spray pan on it is quite good. And then we've got some fade out thinner. So I'll just show you that process. I don't know if that'll leave a mark. But yeah, it stinks, this stuff, unfortunately, especially the fade out. I have shook it, but you know, do it again. So I'm going to do this side first. Oh. Oh, my finger's aching. You do have to apply it quite a lot to build it up. Right, happy with that. God, my arm's broken off. Got a bit over here. That'll do. We could have done this a bit more on here. Better. Oh, stuff stinks. There we go. You can never see much of the shine when you look from a certain distance, but you see it when you get a bit closer. Nothing a bit of buffing wouldn't help. That's it. I haven't got any runs, so nice and shiny. Good enough for a sill anyway. Yeah, there we go. Happy with that. But I'll come back to you once it's took all of the paper off and it's gone dry a bit. See you in a minute. Welcome back to another video on the Fiesta. I've been a bit slapdash on the Fiesta and I've not really worked on it that much, but I'm getting back onto it. Ignore the mic. Yeah, so I just can't be bothered sometimes and it takes me forever to complete it, but I'll show you what I've done. And I've done some spraying work on the car, but I've not filmed it. I have actually filmed a bit the other day, which is probably the next part in this video, and then obviously I'll get back onto it. But it's all complete bar the bonnet, so I just have to spray the bonnet. So I've gone and got some paint. I had 500 mils, but as you can hear, there's only like a dribble left, so I had to go and get another 250, just enough for the bonnet. Yeah, and then I needed to get some Scotch Brite for keying up the bonnet. And then I've got a bit more 800. I like this stuff because it's foam backed. But right, let me go and show you what we're doing. So we've got the table lined up ready to take the bonnet off. It's probably going to rain, but we're going to give it a whirl. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that bonnet off, spray it, and then just put the old tatty one back on for now. But so let me show you. It's really dirty, so ignore that. So you probably can see these sanding marks. Ignore that. I've got to go over it. The whole car needs a good polish, so that's where I had a blend. But so we had a new wing, if you remember. I blended it into the door. Now, bearing in mind, I am not a professional painter, but I blended onto the door, so obviously you can't tell that it's been painted, but I can see the blend mark. I used some fade out finish for the lacquer, so you can't see any of like where the actual blend is, but I can see the blend in the paint, and it's here. But I mean, looking at it, you can't actually tell. I can see it worse now. It's there. But the untrained eye would not see that. Minus the scratches, ignore them, obviously. But yeah, I think it's suitable. It was sort of the first time I did proper blending, so I wasn't quite sure. I did blend down here originally, but it was too close, so this blend was even worse, so I redid it. But yeah, I'm happy with that, it's fine. So we've got the new wing on, that went on fine. It's painted all up. I think the texture of the paint's maybe, I don't know, that's not, I've already polished this wing, ignore that, it's just the crap that's been on this car. You can see it, it's a bit minging. So we blended into the bumper, so the colour match is fine. Did that bit down there. I've got to polish this back a bit. I've done this a couple of times. You could see my blend here, so I had to redo it the other day. So it's a little bit dull. It needs some polish on it, obviously. So we did all that. Came over here. We blended it here. I've got I wasn't going to bother with actually replacing that grill, but I found a grill on eBay for 30 quid brand new, so it's pointless not changing it. So obviously, because it's a bit tatty, there's a little bit of a chip there. Obviously where this impact was. I don't know what that's about. I think it's obviously they've hit something at some point in their life and just left it. But yeah, it's going to look better with a new grill on it. And then that way, when I sell it, no one's going to haggle me and moan about it. Because, you know, they'll be like, oh, 100 quid off, and the bumper grill's only like $29.99. Just for a pattern part. Yeah, so we blended down there. Again, I did a blend then, I wasn't happy with it, so I redid it about 3 days ago. So I'm fine with that now. And then the bit that obviously that was the worst bit, this bit was easy, was the seal. I bet you won't be able to see underneath. Oh no, you can. There's a bit of dirt on it. There's some polishing residue. Yeah, so there you go. There's a blend here from the sill, which I've got to polish back. There's quite a few scratches in this door anyway from just general wear and tear, but there's a blend here somewhere. Ignore the crap. Obviously it needs a good wash, and you can see why that's where there's a blend, and I've got to polish it back, but it's fine. Looks alright. And then as you can see, that scratch was already there, so I've just gone over it. I haven't bothered filling it in. I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, you can see that's just water, ignore that. The only thing I need to sort out slightly was here. This is not from lacquer, this is from the fade out thinners. I know every time I use it I've got to use it liberally, but I accidentally pressed the can and it was so close to there it just went through like a circle and just ran, which is a bit crap. But yeah, it's fine. I blended it up here, there's blend there, and obviously I blended it here. I taped all this off even though there's no bits around it. That's it really. There is a slight dent still here from before, but I'm not going to worry about that because you can barely see it. But yeah, it's perfectly acceptable for what it is. It's probably the least scratched bit of car on it. We have got to sort these out yet, but this is from a buffet, but obviously, you know, it is an 8-year-old car, or nearly 9-year-old, I don't know. Don't know what year it was. I know it's 13, but I don't know what year. I've got one slight bit of overspray. I got a bit of overspray on the bonnet. I was getting a bit carried away. But yeah, so I'm going to take that off, stick it on there. We're going to do the inside. I'm just going to spray the inside of the bonnet. I'm not going to lacquer it, but obviously I'm going to spray the edges when it's upside down. And then I can jump straight onto the front and just key it off and spray it. I'm not going to bother lacquering it. I mean, I'm not going to bother putting primer on it. So it's got this black primer. We'll see. If I go through it, we'll see. But yeah, so let me go and swap. There's no point you watching me take that off. So give me a minute and we'll be over there. Not the most ideal thing to lean it on, but there you go. You can see that I've already scotch pad this with a grey one. I didn't want you to think that the last little bit I was going over, that's all I did, because I obviously did it all. I was just getting the bits. So we've got to wait for it to dry. We don't want that on there, because that would be a bit of contamination. I'm just going to get the compressor on it to blow some of the water out of it, which is going to be so much. Just to pick up on a comment that was left in the comment section by a subscriber, he mentioned about me using the old bonnet and using some bonding to stick the bonnet back down to this. Well, funny enough, look, this pattern part actually does do that, whereas the Ford one is welded. But there you go, look, so you can do it. I could have done it, but it wasn't just bonding the old bonnet down, it was getting rid of the dents, and it could have took hours filling it. But there you go. But yeah, you can do it. I mean, I would have done that anyway, but there you go. So I have to try and move that close. I'll probably put it back on there actually. Oh, this hurries up because it's so noisy. Right, so I'm going to mix some paint. Let's get a cup. Right, so my process is, so I use weighing scales in grams. I don't use the measuring bits on the side because I can't see them. So I just zero that. Just stick that there for a minute. So what I'm going to do first, so I bought this gun, and it's just a cheapy one. I've just gone with this one for a bit because it's got a good spray pattern on it, so it's going to be all open. So So the fan's open, the air's open, and the mixture screw is open. I'm just going to go and get a reading on my compressor. So it's 2 bar on the compressor. I haven't got a regulator on the hose, so I have to have it a little bit higher. So we stick it in there. So my gun is clean. Obviously you always want to run some thinners through it, so this is my gun wash. Almost looks like stale fuel. Can you actually see what I'm doing? Yeah, that's cool. Right, so I just swirl it around, and then out my window there's a void. Oops. So I just spray it through the window. Why is that doing that? Doesn't normally leak like that. I have got a couple. I need to buy a decent gun, but you know, when you don't spray that much, you can't justify the cost. Oh, sorry about that. My compressor's only a it's only 50 litres, so it obviously uses quite a bit of air. Unit smells. So I'm going to use up all the rest of that. So I don't know how much is in there. I probably need quite a bit, really. Nearly 50 mil. It's not going to quite get that last dribble, is it? Go on. 48. Annoyingly, I could put some thinners in that, couldn't I, and just swirl it around, but that's not going to work. Oh, we got 40 on. It's a bit windy outside, so I'm hoping, yay, 50. I'm hoping it's not too windy, but I'm only doing the underside. I just panel wiped it. Maybe we'll do 50 for now. So it's 50. Oh, is it 50 or was there a... Yeah, there's 50 in there. So this is just 1 part paint, 1 part thinner. So it's half and half. Easy mix, this one. It's showing 49. Okay, so we're gonna do hopefully 49 again. So obviously nearly 100. Try not to spill it on the scales. There we go, 99. Maybe I'm not. So try not to spill it on the scales, because obviously that adds to the weight, even though it evaporates pretty quick. So yeah, this is just easy paint. The only paint that I got needs a hardener and thinning is the my 2K filler primer. So I'm going to use my trusty mixing stick, which you'll laugh because it's actually a toothbrush. That's what I always use, and it works for me. I've had loads of sticks, and the last time I was using some cheap sticks, the one had a splinter and it fell in the paint. So I've always used this. I find it fine. I always clean it anyway in thinners and whatnot. So there's quite a bit of paint there. So there's 100 mils of paint, or 99 millimeters. 99 millimeters. 99 mils. It should be enough to get down a coat on it. So we're going to do the inside, do the edges. As I said, I'm not going to lacquer the inside. I might put some on the edges. Most of it's covered up by the undershield, which is over there. As you can see, it's over there. So I'm not going to worry too much. I might just put some paint on it and then put some my 1K clear coat on the edges, and then just use some blending thinners just to blend it over. But, you know, maybe just the main edges, the bit that's obviously under the cover. I'm not even going to entertain putting a clear coat on it. Right, that should be mixed pretty good. So nothing fancy here. Well, I'm just going to wipe that and just stick it back over it. No, right, well, I'll put it there. So we need, I don't know why I'm showing you me painting, but there you go. We need a filter. Hopefully, because I'm really crap at painting, there's no contamination on the bonnet. The only thing that pisses me off when you're spraying new parts, I know they have to put them on it because, you know, you've got a solid part, but they always put stickers on them, and sometimes they leave residue, and even though you think you've got it all off, it can be that little bit there, but at least it's on the underside, so if there is a paint reaction, we won't worry too much because it can be easily sorted. Right, so there it is. I need to flip my camera around so I can see what I'm doing. Right, stick you on here. Yes, I'm just gonna, you'll see me blasting around it. So what I do have is a test card. So I just spray a bit on that and just make sure that it doesn't run really bad or there's something in it. But, you know. Looks right to me. I know you're supposed to spray them up and use them for colour mats, but I don't use them for that purpose. Right, it's going to blow it with some air first. The compressor probably will come on, but there you go. I've done the little edges, some of the edges, can't do all of them. No point going too wild around the edges because I've got to turn it over and, you know, looks alright. Right, I'll come back to you when I put another coat on. Right. Right, so I'm just doing 2 coats. As you can see, it went on alright. No drips. I've got a fly there. Oh, there goes another one. You always get a fly when you don't want one. It goes on alright. There's a hair there. Very cheap. I think that gun cost me like 20 quid. So it's not too bad. I think it was from Amazon, but you can get it from Machine Part Mart. It's one of the silver line ones. Nothing special. Yeah, there's a fly there and a fly there. So those are preserved forever. This looks a bit patchy there, but it's just drying. I think that's perfectly suitable for under a bonnet, bearing in mind there's a cover going on it, which basically covers all that. Obviously the outline of that. But I need to get that side done so I can flip it over. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I will come back to you. I need to nip to work at the moment. It's 5:10, so I'll come back to you when I put a bit of I'm going to put a bit of clear on it. I'm going to clean my gun out. Hang on. Let me find where it is. Right, it's what I love about my lacquer. What I love about lacquer is you don't have to do anything with it. You just unscrew it and you tip it in and away you go. Yeah, I could use a filter, but I can't be asked to get one. It's only on the underside. There's a dribble in there, so we can't waste it. A little bit. We don't exactly need a lot for this bit. Oh, I should put my gloves on, really. I should have a full one there. Probably should turn the light on in the shed as well. Let me just wipe the top, because there might be some bit of dust on it. Hang on, let me put you down. Pull out. Oh God, my wireless go is just gone. Right, there we go. Right, probably do about that much, I suppose. I don't want to go too wild because that's the only can I've got left, and I need that for the top. I did buy 1 litre of 1K clear, so that's mainly for the other end, but I don't mind if there's a bit of crap in it. Right, let's go and set you up over here. I don't have a technique, I just whack it on. Right, as you can see, it's got a nice dull finish at the moment. But yeah, just take this in. I don't protest to be a painter, so if you take offence with my spraying techniques, then that's your odd luck, not mine. But I just get it on and do the best that I can. This is not my professional job. If you're a painter, then obviously it's your professional job. I've got a professional job, which I'm sure you couldn't do. But there you go, it's just the way it is, so we just get by and it will do me. Right, yeah, we come back, I'll put another coat on. I'm just going to put one more coat on and give it a bit of a gloss, and then that's it. That's all that for that side. And then next time I switch the camera back on, which will probably be tomorrow now because it's getting on a bit, it's like nearly 6 o'clock, you'll see me do the other side. Hopefully it won't be raining. See you in a bit. Without love, everything reminds me of you, but everything is not.